All right, you guys. So, Ticket TV, like, share, subscribe. Salute to everybody in the building. I want to put this out there before I start. All parties mentioned are innocent except for Jeffrey Epstein, and until proven guilty or otherwise in this video, man, in a court of law that are mentioned, we already understand those rules of engagement and what people are, y'all understand why you got to say this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Our legal system is disgusting. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The legal system is disgusting, bro. Either all these people are the biggest liars in mankind in the history of this world. You have the biggest liars in all time, or you have some of the most demonic, some of the most devastating people that you've ever seen. A lot of these people that you've seen made it to the biggest heights of whatever they were in, entertainment wise, sports wise. They made it to the biggest heights. And we've always asked questions like, how did this person just blow up like this? Like, how you blow up from being a singer to having a TV show to then being a big time movie star and all this other stuff? Like, how did you get in these, like, what happened? These are all questions, you know what I'm saying, that you ask when you see things the way we see things. You understand what I'm saying? Um, but I want to say this, man, because again, I'm gonna say this again. This is not to place guilt on anyone. This is just what has been presented in the paper file, in the files of the Epstein files, man, which is absolute disgraceful. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, share the video, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now, y'all. And salute to everybody that's been supporting the stream, everybody that's been in the Cash App, PayPal, showing love. I salute all of y'all. The link's always gonna be pinned at the top of the chat. Let's get right into this. So Jamie Foxx has appeared in the Epstein files, and in a bad way. Now, Jamie, um, you know, they released 3 million files, as I told y'all the other day. And going through all these files, you're seeing different things. And Jamie Foxx, Sammy Sosa, Donald Trump pops back up once again. It's a lot of people out here praising Donald J. Trump. It's funny how he comes out and says that these files vindicate them. I told y'all this in the other video. All these people are going to do is just deny it, man. Every time somebody comes out with Alec, they're going to deny it. And then they have so many people who are brainwashed, they're just going to say, hey, man, you know what? Everybody's lying. Everybody's capping, man. This, that, and the third. But realistically, unless you really know a person, you've been there with a person, I never underestimate nobody because you never know what nobody's on. So, anyways, buried in a collection of raw anonymous tips, right? Which this was likely from a hotline or a complaint log, right? That was compiled during the Epstein investigations, right? Epstein's properties, flights on Epstein's plane, or any criminal activity, all of these things, like I said before, people have been making these complaints behind the scenes. And it's crazy to me. Before I get into this, people say all of these things on social media. Once again, well, why didn't they go to the cops? These people were calling the cops. You're seeing, this is why I say the justice system is disgusting. These people were literally calling the feds. You can't make this shit up. They're literally calling the cops. They're calling the feds. And then what happens? Every one of them get called liars by people in the general public. That's why I said the justice system is completely broken. And you're only going to care about it when it happens to your family. But this specific incident with Jamie Foxx's name, along with Sammy Sosa, Donald Trump, and all these other people, was alleged around 2004, 2005. Now, this caller claimed that a party had occurred involving Jeffrey Epstein, former Major League Baseball superstar Sammy Sosa, and the current president of your United States of America, the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, right, who was then a private citizen at this time. Now, at this party, a woman whose name was Colette, who was approximately between 18 and 23, was allegedly present and allegedly paid $10,000 by MLB superstar Sammy Sosa for what they called a quote unquote companionship. Now, I don't know who the hell is allegedly paying $10,000 for companionship, if you know what I'm saying. But again, this is what's being alleged in the Epstein files. And I'm going to show it to you. I ain't going to just tell you, I'm going to show it to you. Right? So, years later, the same Colette, the same person, was reportedly seen at Club Cheetah. You know, when they say Club Cheetah, the Club Amnesia. Club Cheetah, the Club Amnesia. Flynn in Dublin, can't deny it. Why would you want to? You need. Hmm. Years later, the same Colette was reportedly seen at Club Cheetah in New York. According to this tip, she told one of Sammy Sosa's friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending a night with a woman and could pay her a lot of money. Jamie, I hope this ain't true, bro. I hope and pray it's not true. You guys see this? This is right from the Epstein files. These are the tips that will be in place. And again, as you see, it said the host of the party were Jeffrey Epstein, Sammy Sosa, and Donald Trump were in attendance. Peep how Trump's name is always all up in this. Now you got Sosa. Now you got all these other people. Patti LaBelle's PR agent stood at the door. At the party, caller met an individual who was approximately 18 to 23 years of age, right? Who was brought from Oklahoma for a modeling job, but then SOLD to a man in France. Several women were being auctioned, and a woman possibly known as Colette LNU was the madam. A couple of years later, the caller saw Colette at the Cheetah Club in New York, New York. And she told one of Santos' friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending a night with her and that he could pay her a lot of money. I pray this isn't true for Jamie Foxx, man. I grew up a Jamie Foxx fan on the show. Here I come, there I go. Tonight's the night, we can get it started if you know what to do. Here I come once again. This is Jamie Foxx. It's just me and all my friends. Yeah, man. I grew up a fan of the Jamie Foxx show. Jamie, Fancy, all of man. Listen, man. I hope this ain't true, man. But this is crazy work, man. That these people were calling and giving the authorities these different tips and different information over the years, and none of this stuff came out to the public, and it would have all been hidden if these Epstein files were not revealed to the world. That is crazy work. That's crazy work, man. I hope and pray, man, that this isn't true, man. But you've heard rumors over the years, man. You hear a lot of things, man. And, people just, they shoot it down instantly and say, oh, this is garbage. But then when you see stuff like this where people were actually calling the FBI, because it's easy to people to say, hey, man, these people full of shit, man. Why they ain't call the cops? These motherfuckers was calling the cops. This is the thing. They literally were calling the authorities. So that excuse is off the table. That excuse is off the table, right? Why they ain't call the cops? That's off the table, man. I tell everybody as we sit here today, ladies and gentlemen, I hope and pray Jamie Foxx wasn't caught up in this like that, man. I hope and pray, man. It's a lot of people that was calling and giving tips that's in these Epstein files. You guys remember there were 3 million files that were released 2 days ago. Do you not know that it's going to take to the rest of this year for some people to get through all of these files? Some people have been looking through these files for the last 2 days and only got through at least maybe 600. Think about 3 million. And then you have to think about they got whole pages redacted of information that we'll never see. Crazy work, man. Crazy work, man. The justice system, in my opinion, is broken. And, people will deny it. They'll say you capping. They'll say all this other stuff, man. But I've always believed where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I'm saying? And I fear nothing but God. So Lord knows we can get it on, right? This is crazy, diabolical work, man. I pray that Jamie Foxx and these people, I pray this wasn't true, man. But it's not looking good, man. All this stuff was being reported, and this is the thing. This wasn't lawsuits and stuff like that right here. These were things that people called the cops and hotlines on. So if people were calling then, why would they be calling the cops and hotlines? If, what I'm saying, for shits and giggles, you got to ask yourself that question. I think that's a legitimate thing to do, is ask yourself that question. Like, share, subscribe, man. Salute to everybody, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in them comments, man. This doesn't mean Jamie Foxx is guilty of anything, or Sammy Sosa, but these are what people were speaking to the proper authorities about over all these years. This is back in 2004, 2005. Like, share, subscribe, man.